As the final buzzer sounded on the Pistons' 2023 season, two die-hard fans, Mickey and Harry, each passed out and witnessed a vision. They were visited by Detroit's very own mascot, Hooper, the stallion ablaze, who told them the only way the Pistons would ever win a championship again was if these two men started a podcast. To be clear, they said, do we really have to do this? I mean, aren't there enough Pistons podcasts already? It seems like this might be overkill. But Hooper dunked on them, right in their face, and said, your team needs you. He presented them with a prophecy. Now it is their duty to help Detroit rise again and become champions. The Order of the Blazing Horse. Welcome back to another brand spanking new episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of those prophets, one of your hosts, touched by a horse in an appropriate, consensual, ethereal, on another dimensional level way. Harry Morrow's joined as always by my co-host with the most, who will not be haunted by 3 Christmas ghosts on the West Coast.
I'm Mickey Jacobs. Harry, how are you doing?
Bro, I'm great. Got 2 rounds of disc golf in today. Lost by 1 stroke both times. Beat, busted, feeling pretty good, and super geeked. I want to know how you're doing as well. I'll ask as soon as we introduce our guest here. But
that's what I'm excited about. That's
I'm so bad at some hosting responsibilities, but
hey, you're doing great.
We're rolling with it. We roll with the punches, and I am geeked because this is a good buddy of mine. I've known for as long as I've done comedy. You were like, Nate was one of the guys who I saw who maybe be like, damn, comedy at a local level is good. When I first started doing comedy, Detroit initially, now out in New York City. You might know him from all the TV stuff. You might, I mean, Nate, what's the big cred you want me to give out for people?
Oh man, what is the big cred? I mean, I think we're looking at it right now, aren't we? I mean,
episode big time.
I'm joining the future here. You know, I'm not streaming much, so you know, this is big for me. This is a whole new area.
Welcome to the digital world, and welcome to the show, Nate Fridson, y'all.
Thanks for having me. Hello,
dude.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. Now,
appreciate
real quick,
you coming on.
Mickey, how are you? It's good.
Yes. I already said I'm good. I'm good because Nate's here. I'm good because Nate's here. That's all there is. That's all I have. Hanukkah's over. It's Nate time now, baby.
it's my time.
The festival of Nate.
So Nate, you're doing comedy out in New York City, and you're also a Detroit Pistons fan. How long? But I guess when we have guests on who are Pistons fans, how long you been a Pistons fan? How'd you get into it? What was your go-to guy back in the day?
I have been a Pistons fan for as long as I can remember, honestly. I grew up in a big, most everyone in my family is pretty into sports. And so we would go to games at the Palace back in the day. From a very early age. My parents would like split tickets with people. They would like split season tickets with friends. Excuse me. And so I can remember seeing the Bad Boys. I'm old as hell. So when I was a little kid, my favorite player, bar none, was John Sally. That was my dude. I was just all in for John Sally. I wonder if this has like affected how I view basketball now. If I'm like drawn to John Sally type players. But that was my earliest one, and then it's been one of those constants. I love this team. I've stuck with this team, and there are like guys that I'm drawn to, like each generation of Pistons players. So it's like tough to say. Like I loved Rashid, obviously. This is not a hot take. This is, this doesn't make me an interesting person, but so there's just been those guys throughout. Was that him right there?
Yeah, I got a Trevor Smith original Rashid Wallace in the background.
Nice.
Doc Hammer Time joined in the chat, says, I named my first cat Sally after John Sally. So
let's go.
It ain't just you. And if you're too young to know who John Sally is, go watch Black Dynamite. He's in Black Dynamite. He's great.
He is. A couple years ago, my brother-in-law got me a cameo from John Sally, and I legit cried. It was amazing.
I gotta ask, because you brought this up. You said you're attracted to John Sally type players. Who is the most John Sally type player in the NBA right now?
Ooh, good question. Well, you'd have to be like kind of like a long kind of do it all sort of forward, athletic, not like not have a huge bag, but be pretty good on defense and run the floor. So I think a guy like probably Peyton Watson, if I had to pick one, I think is plays the most like John Sally.
We're Peyton Watson fans over here.
Oh, he's great. Get him on the team.
We were just talking about the Nuggets a little bit off pod. That's a good pull.
All right. Well,
thank you.
You bet. Khalil Ware, John Sally.
Khalil Ware, that's a good one. Khalil Ware.
Doc Hammer Time is on it. He does know John Sally, the original Spider. This dude is what's up. Shout out Doc in the channel. Some sick shit. So let's get into the Pistons now, because you're fortunately not a New York Knicks fan in New York, which is that tough being around all those Brooklyn Nets fans?
Oh man, it's the Nets fever, baby. Catch it. It is.
Hova.
I'd be curious to know how like the average person on the street, if they knew there was a second New York basketball team.
Oh,
like
man.
Especially like the way the Knicks have been lately, like with making it far in the playoffs. Like there's no worse time to be. I know a couple like lifelong Nets fans, and it's it's grim, man. It's they weren't even happy when they had KD though. So it's like they weren't like they were miserable then too.
Yeah, I loved not to get political, but in the New York mayoral election when Cuomo tried to hedge and say he's a fan of both the Nets and the Knicks. Like, that's not the hedge you think Nets it is.
Fan.
Because it's right down the middle.
Exactly. It's 50-50. It's pretty much.
It's like the Democrats doing a deep dive. We have to get deep into the Brooklyn Nets fan base.
Right.
That's why we've been losing the elections.
Yeah, the silent majority, the very silent, quiet.
Especially now that they've got Michael Porter Jr. representing them. The centrist team.
Oh boy, build around him. Do it. He's the future,
man. Some Pistons fans want him out here. Not my kind of guy. I don't think Mickey's kind of guy. But
look, he's just asking questions, you know. He's not making any definitive statements. He's just, you know, he's just out there being curious.
Yeah.
So like that has been named, this one's like floated around because the Pistons have been like, you know, they've got some problems, even though they're number one in the Eastern Conference. They keep winning these games. Since our last podcast, they've won 2 out of 3. They lost one in overtime to Dallas the night of, but then they beat the snot out of Charlotte, as people were predicting to, and they were beating the snot out of Portland, and that became like kind of a nail biter at the end, but they pulled through. On the start of this West Coast trip, things are looking interesting. They play again tonight. They've got Sacktown, the Kings, the darlings of the NBA, I believe, at this moment. How have you felt about the team this season as a whole in recent memory, like for you? Because you were here last year when you were watching them come up, and now we have the team this year. How are you feeling about them this season?
Man, it has been I tell people, like, it's been like such a joy simply to watch a competent basketball team. Being like following the team for the whole of the Troy Weaver era, really, like it's really like you know, you mentioned seeing 3 ghosts. It is truly like this could have been your, you know, this could be your life if you never had a good GM, you know, like it's really like, it's truly, it was dark, you know? And so being able to like watch a team that like knows how to execute in the, you know, last night excluded, knows how to execute at the end of a game and
Well, last night at the very end of the game they executed, so there's that.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, when they needed to at the very end of the game, that's true.
As far as competency goes,
yeah,
Mickey, I'm going on to you. Let's talk a little bit about last night. We don't need to talk too much about Charlotte because it is what it was, and like they just looked good the entire way.
The most like the biggest blowout, the most like never a doubt kind of win of the season for sure. But
they did let Charlotte back to like within 4, but then they blew it out by like 27 over like that next couple of minutes. And then last night, similar situation, they were up by a lot. Then it got to a 1-point deficit, and then they kind of turned on the Jets. So Mickey, tell me about that. Sorry,
I mean, well, I feel like it reminds me a little bit of last season when they would like be up by 20, but I could never relax, just because it felt like they just had a tendency to blow leads. And I think we're learning similar lessons this season, and like, it's still like almost Christmas. And so like, I think that bodes well for the rest of the season. I think they know what to do now, but it is a different group. Like, I feel like they've just now really figured out like how to get Duncan Robinson his looks, like he's like finally getting shots off like a lot more frequently, which is absolutely needed, as we've seen when he doesn't play. But no, I mean, it's like, even though we're top seed in the East, like you still get a little sweaty watching these games, and it's fun, but it's like, there's a definite gap between like the teams that just like blow out worse teams and ones that are like, oh, you know what, like maybe this is going to get a little spicy towards the end there. So it's a process. We still got some new guys, and we've got some injuries. Like Ron wasn't playing, but like we're still working Ivy back. But like overall, I'm positive about it. But like I remember I was watching the game with Ann, and she was like, "They're up by 20. What are you worried about?" I'm like, "You'll see."
Yeah,
I was saying the same thing. I was saying the exact same thing to my wife last night as I was telling her that no, this is for research.
Yeah.
I have content to do, so
yes.
So I have to keep watching this,
mm-hmm.
And then it became interesting. Unfortunately,
it did, and like I think part of it is because Cade fouled out, right? And then another part of it is there was no Ron. And in the Charlotte game, and like Dante Massey 600 says, Ausar made LaMelo hate basketball. And I mean, honestly,
oh my God, did he ever?
Like,
oh my God,
7 stocks in that game, and a terrible LaMelo game. I do think LaMelo had a bad whistle in that game. Like, it looked like he got fouled a couple times and didn't go his way. But you know that. We're used to it.
We wouldn't know anything about that.
Right.
So. Yeah, I have never seen it. Never seen anything like that.
Who knows about the whistle?
Right.
Like, I think 2 guys last night, Denny and CD Sissoko had 11 more free throws than Cade Cunningham did. So cool stuff. But when we played Portland last night, they won in that massive run. Not having Ron was a big deal because Ron is an insane momentum changer, right?
Yeah.
When he comes in, he has the ability to make a play that will shift the momentum, and the Pistons just didn't have anybody capable of doing that at this
point. And Ron would have fought Denny Avdia, you can't, that he would have been our avatar because, man, what an infuriating player to watch, I tell you. I don't know it's crazy that he gets his whistle with what Cade's whistle has been his entire career. I can't understand it. I can't understand what it is about Denny Avdia's game. I guess it's his birthright.
Man, this dude was mining content. Pretty good.
He's the chosen one to get the whistle for sure. Yeah. It's I know what you mean too, Nick, because like he's like Cade's big, and sometimes people argue like, oh well, like it's this size, like that.
Right.
Denny's big too, but I like watching him. I think like something was really pronounced for me because I wonder the same thing. It's like the arm flail.
It's the arm.
Like there's this up and under arm flail.
Yeah, Cade's been doing that a little bit this year with like the low gather and like the bringing it up. But yeah, you're right. He does. Denny does that very effectively.
It's like it's a skill set. Like drawing these fouls that I hate. Franz has it. Denny has it.
Yeah.
Luka has it. Harden like invented it essentially.
Right.
It's so frustrating. It like slows the game down. And like Mickey, per your point, for like the size for him and Denny, CD's also a massive man. Luke is also a massive man. And we got to give some shout outs to the chat here because they are active. I got to say, Richard DM Fort says they did a pretty good job last night considering ice cold Karras and Robinson plus no Ron and tossed Cade. Super true.
Not a great Tobias night either. He took a little while to get going.
He did. Yeah. But I will say Tobias at least was important down the stretch, like hit some important
shots. They needed him. You get with that after the third quarter Cade had. I mean, that was Tobias was it. I mean,
yeah. Like outside of Tobias, like also, I mean, Ivy played pretty well in that third quarter. Yeah, I think he played pretty well in the game. Didn't really play in the fourth quarter, but we also got to talk about aggressive Asar and Jalen Duren because those dudes over the last several games have been. That when the Pistons like go down and you're like, oh my God, who else other than Cade's going to score? Last year I was like, nobody. And this year I'm like, I think we have some options. It's just a question of, are these guys going to get the ball? Is it going to go?
Can it get organized? Is the thing. Is like, can any of the players, if Cade's out, can any of the players be an organizing like factor to it? I think that's the biggest thing because like you said, like we're getting Duncan shots. Like Tobias was huge, was very important last night, but it can't just be them walking it up, and like hoisting, their head, like the ball's got to move, everyone's got to be in their place. And that's like the thing that Cade is so good at, like running for the team,
Absolutely. I mean, and like, as far as you were saying about like, you can't just go up and hoist and you have to like kind of be running stuff. That's how Asar Thompson works best. He works best like on the move, right? Slashing, cutting it hard. Stampeding with or without the ball.
He's like already at half speed when he catches the ball. It's crazy. Like every time I see Asar catch a pass, I think he's going to be called for traveling just because he's like moving, he's like gliding. It's crazy.
His nickname should be Motion Blur because like you see him like frames backward. It's so wild. And the thing that I felt like last night they didn't do is they didn't like get Duren as involved early in the fourth quarter as they could have because
Duren kind of had to get his own.
Right. But dude was burning Klingon, like, bad and hitting everything, just looking absolutely filthy. And we know he's a capable passer. We know he's like kind of a capable dribbler to like a certain degree. It just seemed like they were trying to wind out the clock a little bit and get things going. And like we didn't see Ivy out there at all. Do you guys have thoughts on why there was no Ivy after playing pretty well?
I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if there is a conspiracy here. I want to see more Ivy. I think he's looked pretty good. I mean, I'm not seeing a huge gulf between him and Dennis Jenkins, I guess. Is what I love Dennis Jenkins. This is no disparage, not to disparage him in any way, but I feel like they just don't trust Ivy. And I don't know really what to do about that. I don't know how you regain what can you do in practice to regain someone's trust, I guess.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I was just looking at some of the stats from last night, and it was one of Ivy's best and most efficient games. He didn't turn the ball over, a couple steals. My instinct is that, like, in theory, it was like because there was a lot of plus defenders on the floor last night in the fourth quarter,
right?
And maybe they thought that he would be a liability. I feel like Dennis probably maybe he played a little in the fourth quarter, but
Dennis did play the fourth quarter. Yeah,
he did. Yeah. So maybe it was just like wanting that passing. Cause I do think one of the issues with Ivy has been turnovers. And I agree. I don't think he's like that much, like the golf isn't great, but I do think like I've liked seeing him more as a scorer rebounder lately than like a, real floor general.
Yeah, I agree. But, no, he's been playing more like a wing when they
which seems more natural, by the way. Like it seems like it's what he wants to do. Like don't get me wrong, he can collapse and kick out, but like just so impressed with Asar and Duren last night. Like
Asar especially, that was really just like he and to do that in foul trouble also was really
3 fouls in the first 3 minutes. It was such an encouraging sign that he could like play it, especially with what happened to Cade. 3 big steals for him, 3 big blocks for Stu, and 3 stocks for Duren, like just like on their shit. And like, even though they did blow a massive lead, like the fact that they were able to stay cool, stay composed without the table setter was just like such a good sign. Like, and by the way, like Portland does not suck. Like,
very good defensive team. Like they like very tenacious. They have like a few guys like Sissoko and Kamara, like really like get in your jersey, you know, and like really
like
they were
Sissoko?
Hounding them all night, you know.
Sissoko has the thickest calves I've ever seen. I remember when he came into the league, I was like, this guy is so massive. How does he
laser focused on those?
They're big. Sorry, it's my Jalen Duren announcer syndrome, I suppose.
I know. You're dialed into those.
He's a big guy.
Those meaty calves.
I like what Portland's got going on. I'm bummed that Drew Holiday wasn't able to play for him because I like watching Drew all the time.
Right.
And he's great. I was a Scoot truther. I think I'm gonna step off the Scoot train at this point.
Yeah, I would
anyway. But like Shaden Sharp looked awesome. He's so fun to watch. It's fun to watch him and Stu battle in the air.
Yeah.
If I can just touch on the Ivy thing to put a cap on that, because we also have guys in the chat saying Ivy from DJ Cream Soda, Ivy's supposed to fill in this role, but he didn't play in the fourth. How long do we think the minutes restriction's going on? Doesn't seem like anyone trusts him. Doc Hammer Time says my big Ivy concern is that he hasn't had a moment where he looked like that athlete yet. I think in transition he looks pretty good. I think defensively, like athleticism showing. I really think the concern is the ball handling. And like Mickey said, the turnovers. And like when they got to the game, Cade fouls out. So Danis goes in because Danis can floor general. And then Karras came in because Karras has been more capable of
he
doing
can do
that.
a version of it.
Right.
You know?
It's not great.
And be a solid defender too.
Right. So like I would have potentially put Ivy in, but not as a ball handler. I would have had him in with Karras and Asar,
off ball.
with Danis and Asar, or with Danis and Karras. As long as there's like any of those two others involved, put Ivy out there. Like you said, he's like a wing. That makes sense to me. And the shot was going well, and they really could have used the shooter.
I think the shot looks good. Like I don't know about. I'm sure there's data that contradicts this, but I feel like when I see him shoot, it looks fluid. Like it looks good. I'm a very, very much a vibes based basketball fan. Like I know about stats and I follow the stuff, but I get more out of the eye test. I would be the worst kind of scout, probably. You know,
well, that's why you're a fan
this
of
kid doesn't have it.
Clan.
Right.
Toss a little woo in there. DJ Cream Soda says, I think Ivy's first role to win is Karras's. That's probably true. It's just right now the question is like, how does it all fit? How does this all work? And like, no shade to Ivy, but like, is he going to be on the team by February 5th at this point? Because we saw the problems with the scoring. Who knows? But they're in first place, so who really does know how it's all going? And I think he has shown improvement. I think he's looked better. I think the effort looks good on D. And like, again, he got a couple transition buckets off Cade, and the 3-point shot looks good, and the 3-point shot's important. So we just got to give this time a little bit.
Yeah, we got to give it time. But I really think like if they're going to trade Ivy, he's got to have an amazing January. Mm-hmm. So like,
either way, it would help if he,
it's going to be good either way, I guess.
So, but yeah, let's shift to Asar and Duren. Is there a guy you guys want to talk about primarily with this first little hit?
Real quick, I just want to touch on Dante Massey. Said I want to see Ivy a lot against the Kings. Last 2 games he's played with them, he's been clutch with Monster.
Oh yeah, he had that game winner. Yeah,
point play. Yeah,
little Kingslayer. Jaden Ivy. Yeah, hopefully he's earned that. I think it's important for him to get like clutch minutes too, like just to be like a part of winning in a more, like down the stretch kind of way. All right. Cap is on Ivy. Done. Capped off. No more.
All right, then let's shift to Duren. Let's talk his draft mate. Duren was in a little bit of a slump for a little while. He wasn't getting up as many shots. He was scoring like not as many points. He hadn't hit 20. This is his first 20 in a minute. He had great game last night. 26 and 11 with a steal and 2 blocks. He's only had 2 turnovers over the last 3 games. He's got 26 points, 19 points, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 11 rebounds, 13 rebounds. He's looking good. He's looking aggressive. Nate, Is this the Jalen Duren you expected to get at the beginning of the season?
At the beginning of this season?
Yeah.
No. I am so pleasantly surprised. I thought it would be maybe like an incremental improvement, but the leap he has taken is amazing. Like you were talking about him giving Klingon fits. I mean, he is, I think he's realized that he's faster than just about every center there is. I mean, prime Al Horford's not walking through that door. So like he can just, if you're not fleet of foot, he'll just take you off the dribble. And that's like, to me, as useful as like a really like deft post game or something, like his ability to just get to the rim from like 10 to 15 feet is like so valuable. I think
it's crazy. He's like unstoppable. Mickey, tell me about his touch around the
touch. I was just going to bring up that offhand, the left hand is just so deadly. And the hooks are getting better. Like just, it's really cool. And like, I was stunned because Klingon banged like 2.5 threes last night. Like one of them, his foot was on the line, but I was like, holy shit, like this guy's doing this. But like Duren is improving in different ways. And like the shot is moving like a little further back, like into the mid range, but just like so encouraging. And I think he's also just like on an intangible level, stepping up as like a leader of the team. And I think he has had a quieter December, like compared to like the monster November. But I think like maybe some of it is like, maybe you don't know when you have to be so dominant, or like when, like, just there's a lot of players who need run. Like there's a lot of guys who need minutes. Like they're playing like 11, 12 deep a lot of the time. But kudos to him for knowing just like how important he was in this. And like, I always think it's funny because like sometimes teams with like, quieter front courts, like he doesn't go off against. Like for some reason, Boston seems to be like a little bit of a tough matchup for him with Kita, and like Klingon is like one of the first like real like 7+ footers he's gone up against, and he like took that personally. Like he really
did.
Yeah,
he really did. I don't know. I think Klingon has like something about him that people are just like, I'm not going to let this guy put me around. It's just like, I can't like put my finger on what it is, but it's just
Klingon is giving Andy from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he could take me to Dino World.
He's like, because he's like big, but he doesn't like, he has like almost no, and I know like next to Jalen Duren, no one looks like they have definition, but he has like no definition to his arms. They're just like white tubes that just, and like if I was Jalen Duren, I'd be like, I'm going to kill this guy.
He fucking did, dude. Like, absolutely torched him all night long. And Mickey, like you said, it's been a long December, and like Adam Duritz said, there's reason to believe that this year will be better than the last. He's just looking good. He's looking good. He's looking like he's gonna get paid. The defense looks sick. The rebounding is nuts. I remember last year and the year before, people were like, I don't know about his effort all that much. How about the effort on the offensive glass in the last couple minutes of that game? Grabbing that board, putting it back up, getting the Pistons the lead, spacing it out. Just like the dude's a beast.
Don't talk to me about effort if he's going to be a cornerstone of our entire offense. Like that's a huge burden that takes a lot of effort to do.
And he's putting forward. No, I was just saying he's showing that effort. He's bringing it, and like, he never plays out of control either. Like it's not like he gets teched up ever. It's not like he gets into it that often. One time he got into it was with, I think, Amen. Honestly, in the Rockets game,
kind of punched him in the face a little bit.
He did do that.
But he rides for Asar, man. He does. He was on some podcast saying that the Pistons got the better twin.
The better twin, yeah.
Like
I love that.
I love that. You don't say that unless you're trying to start shit, and I love that. As a brother, I love that.
It's a beautiful thing. And like I think it's also important to realize, because like he's the starting center. I feel like in my head, Jalen Duren plays like 30 minutes a game. He does not. That he played 23 minutes last night. Like that's crazy work. Like
I I wanted to ask you guys this because I want to talk about like Isaiah Stewart a little bit too. And OG unnamed YouTube user says I think Dern actually is better when the opponent takes it personally to try to defend him one-on-one. He seems to struggle with 2 or 3 little guys digging at his hands, like you were saying in that Boston situation. Does seem to be the case. So maybe in like those situations, Dern can like notice that it's happening, hit the short roll, maybe to a cutting SR, or maybe to Stu from 3 if they're playing together. Because Dern's minutes are like not that high, and we think he could probably play a few more. Do you have any concept of or like any desire for him and Stu to play more minutes together with Stu at the 4, just so he can get more minutes up playing a center, and so Stu can also get his numbers up?
I think personally, if Stu's shot is falling, then yes. I mean, then and he under JB Bickerstaff, I am a much bigger fan of Stu than the previous administrations. I feel like JB is like knows how to coach him and knows how he fits into this team and is getting the most out of him in a way that like Stu had a quote when Troy Weaver was still in the front office that he was like, "My job is to prove to you I'm a 4." He said this about like, my job is to prove to. He was talking to Troy Weaver at like some kind of press conference. It was probably when they signed him, and he was like, "My job is to prove to you I'm a 4." It's like you should know by now. I think if you're a 4, I mean, this is weird. I mean, I guess Anthony Davis still doesn't know. So I mean, so that's fine. But like with him, if he's hitting his shots, I mean, that front court, that defensive front court is scary.
It's truly crazy. And he's shooting 30.7% from 3 on 2.5 attempts a game in 22 minutes. So, I mean, it could get his number of minutes up too. OG says that Stu's playing about a third of his minutes at the 4 and 2/3 at the 5. That makes sense to me. And that Dern's playing an average of like 28.8 minutes per game. That's great. Still wouldn't mind seeing 30 just because we got a deep team. I'd still like to see our big guy in there doing his thing, especially when he's so fucking dominant. That sometimes it feels like Dern's not out there for insane amount of stretches, and I'm just like, why not bring this guy in?
Yeah, I think you're so right, Nate, and that it really speaks to like how much has changed in the past 2 years that like we see the double big lineup now and we're like, oh, sweet,
fine,
as opposed to like, what is happening? No. But yeah, I don't hate it. I especially like when they're choosing to do it. Like if other teams are going big, like that's gonna happen. Like it's just like a like factor in the modern NBA. And I'm all for Stu getting like a few more 4 minutes. Same with Ron a little bit. I think Ron needs more run. Like you see him working out the kinks in real time. We used to talk a lot about how he would take that like shuffle step and travel like when he grabbed the ball. Hasn't done that in weeks, I don't think. And I think like this is not a knock on Tobias, but how many threes did you say Stu is shooting per game, Harry? Like 3? 2.5. Tobias is shooting like a little over 4. He's on like 33%. Stu's on like 38. Like I don't think Tobias is bad by any means, but I do think like he's a guy who needs more rest than Stu. And like, it's great to have him in when we need him, like for an ISO back down bucket, which patented Tobias unk ball.
And it comes in handy, man. It really does.
It really does. And his ability to get to the line too has been clutch.
Yeah.
And the stocks have been better. Last night they were good. But yeah, no, I'm for it.
I think Tobias is an important player on the team, even if the numbers are like going down, even if he's an expiring salary at a high rate, which again makes all the trade conversation so tough because it's like, I don't know. Do you want to get rid of any of these guys? Not really. It's hard to fill a position. Who really knows?
I was thinking about
it, but it's like that has to be the contract if you're going to do anything of like substance on the trade market. Unfortunately, Tobias does, I think, have to be in it, just like with how these things work.
The real options are Tobias primarily, Karras is also like just a 2-year deal, and it's not too expensive. So next year he's expiring, so it's not bad. And Duncan Robinson is essentially only guaranteed this year. But there's the chance of them trading Duncan Robinson, I'd say, is negative 200%.
We cannot.
Yeah,
the team cannot do it. Like somebody has to shoot. Like they can't do it.
He's also been sensational for this team. Like shooting 40%, opening up the floor, hitting big plays, hitting big buckets, starting. Like when he was starting at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh, there's no way this is going to last. And
this is going to last. Yeah. But I mean,
here we are.
Cade with a shooter, man. Cade with a shooter in the backcourt. So valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Need a volume 3-point shooter. And I will say, unlike some other volume 3-point shooters, like when he does a dribble fake and puts it on the deck, I'm like, he's probably going to score. Like he's really good around the rim. Like he's got really nice touch. Like regarding trades, I was thinking about this the other day because like Bill Simmons had that thing of like the what would Presti do and like probably stand pat
for sure.
And like just like the like, you know, slow and steady, like don't rush to make a move stuff aside. Like if Trajan just like stands pat, maybe makes like one small move, like gets like a shooter or something with the trade exception, and the playoffs go well and like we advance like to the second round or beyond, maybe Ivy like comes out of his shell a little more, he looks brilliant. And if he makes a trade, like makes a big swing and the Pistons like are out in the first round or even the second round, it looks like you fucked up a good thing.
Right.
And for what? So like I would be surprised unless like from everything we've been hearing, like all of the bigger targets, like the Trey Murphys and the Lauri Markkanens, like sounds like the package is going to be pretty fat. So I would be shocked if like anything Michael Porter Jr. happened. Shocked and dismayed, if anything, Michael.
If something Michael Porter Jr. happened, I mean, I'm gonna need to take a walk. I'm gonna like I'm gonna have to have like a you know, just a moment where some soft music plays and I stare at the horizon. I mean, I don't know that I want that on the team.
I'll
definitely with the vibes this team has, like how much this team loves each other. Like you just don't throw an idiot like that into the middle of it and just be like mess with stuff.
I myself will turn into the Ben Affleck smoking meme if that happens.
Yeah, you would have to be an idiot to do that, and you would also have to be an idiot not to subscribe. We're having so much fun in the chat right now. We're
there it is.
I mean, just come on, like we're loving it. You're loving it. Let's just keep it going. We're in triple digits now. It's a whole new era. 2026 is going to be crazy for the Pistons and for the pod.
Let's load those numbers up. Let's get another 50 by the end of this.
Juice them.
That'd be
Juice
great.
them.
No
Tell a friend.
All right. So Dante Massey says, and this is a great transition for us because we already brought these guys up anyway, but Asar and JD being aggressive, getting to the paint has been so much more of a relief for the Cade than spacing of Duncan and Tobias. I get the need for spacing. I think Tobias' spacing is like theoretical. Duncan spacing, whether he's making the shots or not, is real. Like he draws people out.
Gravity.
Ton. And you're absolutely right, Dante, with JD and Asar like cutting to the basket, like getting those space and just like hitting those rebounds, getting all those putbacks. And with Asar, especially, people were like a little bit down there thinking his like offense had maybe plateaued a little bit and he'd peaked. But these last 3 games, he's been hella aggressive, like crazy aggressive. Fellas, tell me about the results.
I mean, we want it. It's natural to want it to be linear. You know, we want to see like Asar come back every year and like, oh, he has this move now, or oh, he's you know, he's good from 15 feet or whatever. He can, you know, his jumper is this. It's Fred Vincent is working, and it's just not going to happen like that. It's this like bubbling kind of amorphous thing that's like this part goes up, then this part, and then this part goes down. It's, you know, but man, dude, like Asar, I understand the negativity because the shot is what the shot is, but Asar is like as close to an untouchable on this team as I think there is for me. It just like who knows what's possible with this guy.
I remember, I think it was Kevin Garnett when they were talking about trying to get Giannis on this team. He goes, "You ain't trading no twin." He's right. Why would you? I would say one of a kind, but there's two of a kind.
There's two of them.
And the kind is great, I would say.
You could even call him an uncut gem. You know, if you want to keep the Kevin Garnett. No, but he's so good. His potential is so crazy. Last night was such a good example of that. And like we've seen too when Cade's gone out, just like him kind of step in and like do things you didn't even think he was necessarily capable of doing. I think that's such a good point too, Nate, about like it's not gonna be linear. Like it's not just gonna be like, you know, oh, now he's got this thing, now he's got that thing. And like that said, I would really like for the free throw shoot. I mean, it's not just him though; it's the whole team. And like, frankly, we're lucky that the Trailblazers were like even worse than us last night. It was
what was
crazy, crazy with the turnovers and the missed free throws. Like, but I mean, I think the turnovers is a testament to the Pistons, and I think the free throws is just like it's like that sometimes. Like it's just a rough night. But man, yeah, it would be cool for that to be like, because you just don't want to be in a situation like in the postseason where they're hacking.
Yeah,
right.
You want to be able to hit those free throws as much,
which is one of the great things about JD. Honestly, like JD is our best free throw shooting center since Bill Laimbeer,
probably.
Who is like we have we had a good free throw shooting set? Not in. I don't know.
They're a rare commodity, just in general, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Andre Drummond's banging threes now, so what a world!
Shout out. Good for him. It's like it's like seeing your drug addict ex like finally getting it together. It's like that's fine. It was never gonna work. That's okay.
Yeah,
rescuing dogs now.
I don't miss her, but
DJ or Richard DM for it said the free throw misses was a classic case of ball don't lie. Yeah, I guess it was. Yep. It's nice to see. I want to put like I did a little statting earlier this morning, and over the last 3 games, the Pistons are shooting 41.6% from the field. They're shooting 20.6% from 3. 20.8% from 3. They're shooting 8 fewer free throw attempts per game than the teams they're playing against, but they're averaging almost 22 more shots a game than their opponents are. They're forcing
old basketball is back, baby.
It's here. We're making it all happen.
It's almost like they have an identity or something. It's crazy.
Forcing over 19 turnovers a game and outscoring their opponents by 11 points per game. It does seem like the identity is making bricks happen on both sides of the floor, right?
Yeah,
right.
And I mean, I got to say, I love it. People are worried about this team's 3-point shooting ability when it comes to the playoffs. Maybe they'll get adjusted. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But I feel like this team's ability to force turnovers and get shots and like control the paint is something that's going to really push them not just into the playoffs, but like maybe through the playoffs a little bit. And with these upcoming games we have coming up, we got Sacramento, right? And then the next few games after that, Utah on Friday, the Clippers on Sunday, and the Los Angeles Lakers on the 30th, the last game of the year. None of those teams have, I mean, especially with Zubats out, none of those teams have like big bad boys down low, right? Like
you don't believe in DeAndre Ayton?
I did.
Maxime Reynaud.
I mean, Maxime Reynaud. What team is DeAndre Ayton on right now? Is he a Clipper guy?
He's a Laker.
Lakers.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, DeAndre Ayton. I was thinking DeAndre Jordan. My bad.
Oh no.
But no.
DeAndre.
I personally don't believe
DeAndre Jordan. I think is on the.
He's in the Nuggets, is he not? Or is he not in the Nuggets anymore?
I don't think he is.
I think he's on the Pelicans.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, the Pels. That's right. How could I forget?
They have him and the old guy who can't move from Golden State. They have a strange center rotation.
Kevon Looney's only 30 years old or 29 years old.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's so nuts.
We got a negative prediction coming from OG here. Tonight is a trap game. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. And I would say that if Zach LaVine were healthy, I'd be like total trap game. Like Zach LaVine is a Pistons killer.
He is.
Him and DeMar. Him and DeMar they live to make me miserable.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I don't know. I'm more with you, Mickey. I think they take care of business.
I do too, especially after the scare from yesterday.
Yeah.
Like after like watching it almost slip through their fingers, like I think that like was a cold splash of water, hopefully. And like again, like LaVine, like what worries me the most, like against other teams, is just sometimes our inability to guard the 3-point line. And like I don't think of the Kings. Look, I could be eating my words, OG. They could be firing up that beam in a few hours and I'll just be eating crow. But I don't think so. I think give me Keon. Give me Keon. This is the most theoretical player because like I like the idea of Keon Ellis, but
but nobody else seems to.
No,
I don't like
least of all the Kings.
Least like what does he have to do?
Play.
They need him.
Play. I think is right.
Play any amount of minutes. Yeah, I know. It seems like I love the idea of a 3-and-D guard. It seems really good. But
I was laughing a little bit at Richard DM for it, saying my overreaction chamber is Schroeder's going to go off for 40. The Dennis Schroeder.
That could happen. He's slippery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only guy that we have that could really guard like a little guy like that is like a Dennis. Like I don't think Asar is going to be on Schroeder, even though he's.
I wouldn't put Asar on Schroeder. I think it's a great way to get Asar with 2 early fouls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that.
Although I guess there are worse things, as we've seen. You know,
for sure.
True.
But I do like the idea of getting a new Dennis on old Dennis. I think that'd be a fun.
I'm the backup point guard now.
That's so funny. I do think that maybe Sacramento's coming off high because they just knocked off Houston, I think, in overtime. So they've got 2 exciting wins with Dennis hitting the game-winning 3-pointer, I believe, in that game. But like the matchup just seems to go well in Detroit's favor. And yes, LaVine and yes, DeRozan are Pistons killers, or at least they were, but they're also old boys now in like a pretty negative situation with a pretty unsuccessful coach. And the big man situation in Sacramento, Sabonis is injured, right? So Maxime Reynaud is going to be their guy, rookie Max.
Maxime Reynaud is the guy for, I think, at least the next month.
Which is wild. A lot of Pistons fans want to know, and that makes sense. The dude's playing pretty good ball. They do have some good players, like Keegan Murray's good, and Nate Clifford is good. Sounds like Malik Monk is out of the rotation or something. Who knows? It is the second night of a back-to-back on a West Coast trip. It's always problematic. Pistons had a great West Coast trip around this time last year.
That was kind of the turning point of the season. Yeah.
Right. And like maybe we'll rekindle some Ivy magic. Are there any games in the other upcoming part, like against the Jazz, against the Clippers, against the Lakers, that you guys have your eye on as potential problems for the Pistons here?
You know, with healthy Lowry, I don't know if he's going to be around. I think that if there's any trap game, it's like the Jazz. Like
I agree. 100%. I think you're absolutely right with that. I think the Jazz are just like an unknown commodity. You know, they are capable of anything.
They got talent.
Yeah, it's not like it's okay.
I was just saying they got guys who can score. Keontae George is good this year. Yep. Another foul drawer at like an insane rate. We said Lowry is good. Ace Bailey is pretty fucking good, I'd say.
He's pretty good. He's not. It's tough because it's been such a strong rookie class that like people are looking down on Ace Bailey. But in last year's rookie class, Ace Bailey would be the talk of the town.
For sure. Like, you know, he's a baller, and it sounds like the team seems like very confused about where they want to be, because if their pick is top 8, then they get it this year. But if it's not, then it goes to OKC, right? So like, there's reason to be bad. Get that good pick in this good draft, but there's also reason to be good. You know, like winning does matter. You hear all the guys in the Pistons say it. Winning matters to these guys.
You can't just lose forever. You know, like the track record on this is like the jury is in on this. You know, you can't just like have your guys just lose and lose and lose and just, you know, fantasy basketball your way into a team. You know, it just doesn't work like that.
Unless you're the Pistons.
But I think it was close to like, I think we almost broke Cade
It was dark. I mean, it was
that clip of him being like, "I'm sick right now. I'm actually sick."
Like it was. He's never had a time in his life where that was his basketball reality, and that I can't imagine what that must have felt like. You know,
I think, and I think right, like all these guys like who come into the league are used to winning a lot, like Cade especially, and I think like the fact that ended up being a galvanizing experience for this young group of Pistons is like the exception, not the rule. Like, I don't think you should be like, oh, I guess we'll just like lose at a historic rate and then they'll emerge like battle hardened and like just suddenly like turn it around in 1.5, 2 seasons. Like, I don't think that's just like science.
On the Zach Lowe show, he had Jalen Duren on as a guest, and he asked him about that losing streak. And Jalen said, like, I don't even like really think about it, because even when it was happening, I was like, we're not this bad. Like, the guys on this team are good. What's going on is crazy right now. We're not a bad team. And I mean, it's proven to be true because a lot of those same players are on this team. It's just a question of like what the auxiliary pieces, I suppose, were. And then things can spiral out of control.
And the improvements on those players that were there already, you know, like those players were also going to get better. And I think, you know, I don't know. I don't want to lay it all at the feet of the coach, but I do think that had a big, I think when you are essentially bribing a guy to come be your coach, when you're like, you can have access to the plane anytime you want as part of this. That was part of Monty's deal. And I think it still is. I wonder if it is. I don't know. I mean, he could because his wife was sick, so he needed to be able to go visit her at any time. Like, they were pulling out all the stops to get Monty Williams as you know, that, I don't know. I think that probably, I don't know how much scripture was talked about in practice, but I feel like that might have had an effect on the overall team.
Between him and J.I., just like different sects of the
same. Which is like, why don't those two get along? Why do those two hate each other?
Right.
Like,
simpatico.
You guys think about God and only God. Like,
well, if you were to watch any Monty Williams press conference during that season, you know that it was all on him. He said it a million times during that season.
Yeah,
You'll carry that mantle, that $70 million mantle. But yeah, it's shocking to learn how many people from that squad and coaching staff are no longer in the league, except maybe it's not that shocking.
Dante Massey says to get Monty to leave, Sasser and Nassar still have to marry his daughters.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
OG wants us to stop saying his name. We will stop saying it.
It's bad vibes. It's bad vibes for tonight.
The game, out of all that, like, I'm not really worried about any of those teams. I think we should handily beat all three. I honestly thought we should have handily beaten Dallas, even though Dallas is a better team than I think the record indicates. But the only game that I'm that interested in is the Lakers game, because people are talking the Lakers up so much as like potential contenders, and I don't think I buy that personally. And I just want the Pistons to stomp on them.
Yeah. I never tire of seeing the Pistons destroy the Lakers. There's an endless, it's a bottomless well for me. So yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But the people are talking up the Lakers, but that's always going to happen. You know, people are always going to try to will the Lakers into prominence, you know.
Nico Harrison tried to will.
He might be on we don't know that he's not on the payroll. We don't know that.
Yeah. That's one conspiracy I can get down with. I was listening to I think it was the Windhorst podcast, the Hoop Collective. They were talking about like they did the MVP ladder, and Cade was fourth. And like, I don't know why he should be that much further behind Luka. Like, I understand the points of it all, like, but like I would like for win total and like supporting cast to be more of a factor. I also
win total, supporting cast, and availability. All of these things are in Cade's favor.
How about defense? How about turnover?
How about it?
Like, how about free throw disparity? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm Jeff Teague pilled, you know. Now I'm like, really, like, he should be number one, or like, no, I mean, I understand like the Jokic Shea stuff, but
obviously.
But they were also talking too, like, I don't want to do like too much of an aside about like they were really defending like they don't agree with the like criticism of like quote unquote foul merchants, and like they were like really defending it as a skill and like as a sign that you're doing something right. And I'm just like, it's a bummer to hear like the arbiters of like basketball pundit culture like speak that way and just like act like that, like guys who like there's footage, the cameras are too good now, like like we see
right. Some of the sideways leaping that happens is just it's terrible. It's a skill in the same way that like knowing the right way to file something is a good skill for a lawyer. You know what I mean? It's like yes, it's a skill, but it's not, you know, it's like
cool.
Getting this in by a certain time is not, you know, it's not anything to write home. You're not gonna be like, that guy's an amazing lawyer. He knows exactly when the filing office closes.
That's my favorite part of watching him litigate, right?
Right.
In the paper way. All right. So we've been going at this for a good hour, and we like to have fun on this show. We like to have some good fun on this show. Mickey came up with a great segment to close this out that you can play along with too, because we'd love to hear our chatterboxy chat in there. Let us know what they think of.
I know they're gonna have opinions. I just know it.
Yeah, gots to, and you also gotta like, subscribe, turn the alerts, get in there.
Slip that in there like a little shuffle pass.
Mickey, introduce us to this game, dog.
Okay, so last night was the last night of Hanukkah. We got a full Jewish squad on the pod right now, and in general, but you know, like we welcome all types. First team all Jewish. But we're gonna play a little game called Mensch or Bench. And the premise here is we're going to list players, and we're purely going to speculate, like, would they be a good hang in real life?
We don't know anything about these guys.
We don't know anything. We're just purely speculating. Or would they maybe be, like, a little standoffish, a little cold, a little, like, disinterested? So this is just us sitting around. Would you mensch or bench a certain guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dream menorah rotation. All right. Do you want me to kick off with a name?
Yes, please.
Okay. Bobby Portis.
Nate, do you want first crack?
Well, I have to, I mean, chalk pick, but I have to say bench. I have to say it's not just that he's a known instigator and that he punched a guy in the face on his own team. But what's on the other like part of that scale is that everyone took Bobby's side when he hit Mirotic in the face. So I don't know what Mirotic said, but I have an idea. I have a
again.
theory.
We're speculating. That's the game.
But so, but the way he taunted Stu. When he and Stu almost fought, and you know, Stu gave him this
the Joe Louis,
just
the biggest fist I've ever seen in my life.
I gotta say bench. I gotta roll with my guy Stu. I gotta say bench.
I
Okay,
think it's a good call.
Mick, you a bench as well?
I would bench Bobby Portis. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the crazy eyes too. Like I just don't know.
No Mensch
what he's
has eyes
do.
like that.
Like there's a wild card factor which can be good, but I think in this case, like with the recent Pistons history too, it's a bench for me.
Okay, I'm a bench for him for the reasons that Nate the reasons Nate said. I think like when he's on your side, he got you, and he knows that someone's got to step up and do the dirty. He'll be that guy. He is the Stu of Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee stew, deer stew, venison stew,
Milwaukee
venison stew. Yeah, venison stew. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure he'd love that.
He would love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Who knows? But like, I don't know. Like the part of the reason I say that is for my own salvation, because I've been that guy in so many times.
Are you that guy?
I'm that guy.
Are you an enforcer?
I'm Mr. Take the shirt off at the bar guy.
Okay.
Who doesn't drink anymore type
You
guy.
got a little in you. You got a little all right.
Reformed bro. I like to tell people I'm a reformed bro at this point.
Nice.
So you know, we're there. All right, Mickey, give me a name here.
Okay. Russell Westbrook.
Who's going for this? Who's going for this first?
Harry, you want to take this one?
He's a mensch. Russell Westbrook is a mensch for all the shit he's gotten from so many like half-ass fans, all of the NBA, the amount of heckling that dude gets, and the amount of good that he does. He just seems like a great guy. He seems like a great teammate. He seems like a great leader. I love the cockiness that he's got too. He's like the what rebounding guard in the NBA, the best rebounding guard. I think it's hilarious. I'm pro Russell Westbrook. Big fan.
I too am pro Russell Westbrook, but I have a question to posit to you on this as we get very Talmudic with this. Is it a mensch quality to know your limitations? Like to demand, like Russell Westbrook still thinks he is the man, you know? And I'm with you. I think he's the best rebounding guard of all time. But he still, if you believe that you should be the center of attention, that seems unmensch-like to me. So I'm gonna say bench. I'm gonna say bench on that.
You think he might be a little like me, like like make it about himself, not ask you how you're doing, kind of stuff.
Point. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Mensch too, just because I think he's a little misunderstood, and I just think and like oft disrespected of late, and I do think it's like sad what's happened to him, and I actually think he's like a pretty cool, interesting guy. I think he does a lot of stuff for the community. I think he's he's into fashion. He's got interests outside of basketball. Like I'd like to
family man,
yeah,
by all accounts. So.
Okay, so OG says this game is confusing me because I don't think I would want to hang with Russ because I don't think he would be fun.
So that's a bench. You would bench him. You would not. He's not a mensch. It's a bench.
He's not a bench
situation.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. It's a very divisive one for Russ. I thought we were all going to be on the same page here with him. But teach their own.
I think he's a controversial figure a little bit, and I think a lot of teams are like a lot of people like wouldn't want him on his team, but that's not necessarily. But that can be part of your rationale too.
Right?
It's open to interpretation. OG. I'm sorry if this is a little loose.
Nate, do you have any guy that you're like curious about to see if we might agree or disagree with you on? So this one seems obvious, but I want to hear your reasoning on it. Grayson Allen.
Mickey knows.
I know how Harry feels about this.
I've hated Grayson Allen since the moment I watched him play basketball. There's no way he's a mensch. He's a bench. He plays dirty. I don't know if he still plays dirty, but he played dirty in college and played dirty.
I think he just got suspended actually for
did he?
throwing somebody to the ground. It was Chet, I think. I think he just
Chet to the ground. That must have taken forever.
It's a lot. It takes a long time to fall from all the way.
It's like watching a tent fall apart in the wind. Watching Chet.
I don't know. I kind of sorry. Go ahead.
The last thing I was going to say just about Grayson Allen is like that travel he got away with too for that bucket that people are saying is like not a travel. That's benchable to me.
That is benchable. Okay, I see. Like I think of it similarly like your reasoning with Bobby as like just like, but I don't know that fan base is like, oh man, I love having Grayson Allen on my team, So I was curious to see. Do you
think Bobby's dirty?
No, I know. Just in that, like, you hate it when he's on the other team. You love it when he's on yours.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think Bobby's dirty. I think Grayson Allen is dirty. But I kind of feel like it's maybe like he is like it's like happening without his say so. Does that make sense? Like I feel like it's just something that is like that is in him, and I don't know if I should look down on somebody for their shortcomings that are inherent to who they are.
So you think he belongs on the Supreme Court?
Exactly. Yes, I think he was impartial. I think give him a lifetime appointment. Let's you don't want him to be corrupted.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And there's nothing wrong with those. Yeah.
Interesting benchmaker here. Mickey, are you going to break the tie on this?
Well, here's how I agree with Nate in that, like, I think he's absolutely one of those guys where if you hate him when he's not on your team, but you love him when he is on your team. And by the way, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, if you know, I think Phoenix loves him. He's been very efficient. He's like a two-way guy. Like, I think he's had some of his best 3-point shooting seasons there. And I know Harry hates him, and I think some of his like dirty player reputation stuff dates back to Duke.
Which
like I think that
would, yeah.
which is like, you know, we all did shit in college.
I think everywhere he's gone, he's had some play. He's had some dirty play.
There's been stuff. It's been consistent.
Yeah.
Because like I'm like, yeah, he's like dirty, but like, is he that much dirtier than like Dante DiVincenzo? Like, is it who is beloved? He's the big ragu, not like the big cheapskate. But I will say, like, I don't know if there's like enough redeeming about him that I would like go as far as to say I would mench him. Like, I think it still might be a bench for me, just because like maybe it's just me not being familiar enough with his game, or like he doesn't strike me as like, oh, he seems lovely.
Right.
It's just not yeah. So I think OG, I think you're getting it now. You wouldn't mind him on my team. By the way, neither would I. And I know Harry disagrees. But don't want to have a beer with him too intense for me. I agree. I think he's like, he might just like have 2 beers and just like start staring straight ahead and just
yeah, I could see him as a quiet drunk. I could also see him as says something he's gonna regret, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's like, so he could say something that it's like, whoa, I should have had that 3rd beer. That was
free.
That's all it took. That's all it took for this.
He's an athlete.
6'7" metabolizes.
You got to stick to Michelob Ultra, the athlete's beer.
Got to.
To be fair, I don't like Grayson Allen, but I would rather have him on my team than Michael Porter Jr. I'll say that.
Same.
Yes.
Same.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like there's a different sort of brain rot going on over there. All right. Can I pose the next one?
Please.
All right. Oh shit! I can't believe I just had it and it blanked out of my mind. I'll get it. Whatever. I'll pick up a better one in a second. But I have Ben Math. Do you guys think Ben Math is it a bench or a bench?
So there's a lot of factors. Number one, he is Canadian. So that is going to lead you, I think, just naturally, culturally more towards a Mensch. But he is, I believe he's also Haitian, if I'm not mistaken. I might have that wrong.
I think you're right.
But I only know Haitian Mensches. So he went to my wife's alma mater, which is a plus in my book. And I saw him play when he was at Arizona, and he was really good. That said, his game is very aggressive, and I feel like you would not get a word in edgewise with Ben Mathurin. So I'm gonna say bench.
Yeah, I'm gonna bench Ben Math. Because like almost purely because of he's so mean to Jaden Ivey, and Jaden Ivey is. And by the way, if he's mean to Jaden Ivey, he's gonna be mean to me. And, like I'm a way easier target, and it's not close. But that I just like I'll never forget that footage. Rising All Stars game where he's like, even in the Rising Stars game, you can't even guard me. And Jaden Ivey's just like, wait, what? And he's like,
are we guarding?
I said even at the Rising Stars, he's just talking shit, and Ivey just doesn't even know how to take it, how to respond, and it just breaks my little heart. And I don't think I would be able to separate that. So it's a bench for me.
For DJ Cream Soda, he's a mensch because he saw a video about how his mom making food for the whole Pacers squad, and that's peak mensch behavior.
Well, that's that's his mom being great.
Yeah,
that's not the same thing. If she's involved in this that could be a swing factor.
He's on his best behavior.
Yeah,
that's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the mom as a calming factor.
Apologize to J.I. I think you're good too. Harry, all right, Mickey, who we got? Who's your next one?
Did you say bench, Harry?
I think I'm a bench because of what you said, because he's so mean to J.I. Like, I know it seems to me like he's just trying to play the game. But you got to read the game better if you want to be a Mensch. A Mensch knows how people will react before they initiate behavior, I think.
Yeah. By the way, I think OG nailed it too. Like he said, Stu is my perfect player, badass on the court, but chill. Like would love to chill with him. He's purportedly a real sweetheart.
Oh yeah,
and
very chill. I mean, he makes reggae music. I mean,
makes reggae music. He farms, just like a family man. Seems like he'd be lovely. But I'm gonna bring up another Piston, one that came up earlier, and I'm interested to see where y'all land on it. Do you mensch or bench Rasheed Wallace? I'm of a couple different minds on this, but I'm interested to see where you guys land.
I guess my first question is, does calling someone a mensch mean I like them? If I bench someone, do I dislike them?
I think OG here is like, I think he nailed it where it's like, would you like have a beer with them? Are they a good hang?
Right.
Like you don't even have to like them, but I think, we got a mensch in the chat. Mensch for Sheed so far, but do you think they would be fun to spend time with?
I think Sheed is just such a beloved teammate. Everyone who plays with Sheed loves him. He would have both weed and papers with him.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't need to supply that. He would have that. However, Sheed sometimes he's unpredictable, and maybe you make plans with him and he's just like not answering his texts, and it's like, are we meeting at this place or not? And then you end up talking to him the next day, and it's damn, that was crazy, and so I'm gonna say bench. I love Rasheed Wallace, but I'm gonna say bench.
I kind of agree. I think I'd get big timed by Rasheed Wallace if I tried to. And I mean, like, not that I've been part of the stand-up community for a long time, but your description about like making plans and never hearing back text-wise, I'm like, oh my god, this is bringing back so much fucking trauma from just trying to make friends in this whole world. It's no good for me, so I'll put it on the bench as well. Mickey, I know you and Sheed have some personal history.
We do. He once. Well, I mean that's a bold. He once snubbed me at the Somerset Mall. I said hello to him and congratulated him on a game, and he turned to his buddy and said, "I'm not in the mood for that fan shit today." So.
Look, I hear where he's coming from. But
it's valid. It's valid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was coming from a place of reverence, but sometimes you're not in the mood for that fan shit. And I think it could go either way. But even if he's gonna snub me again, like, I want a second chance. Like, I want a second chance to have a positive interaction. I'm gonna go mensch. I'm gonna mensch it up, and I'm gonna roll the dice and risk getting like humiliated again, because I never learn.
You gotta let love in.
We all deserve second chances.
Ball don't love.
Except when it does.
Except when it does. Nate, you got another one?
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go a young player that we don't necessarily know a ton about, Modest Buzelis from the Chicago Bulls.
I'm gonna bench Modest because every interview I've seen with him, he's very confident, like extremely confident, and I think that's fine.
He's a pro athlete, Harry.
Absolutely. I think that's fine. Be great. Do you think I love him as a player? I would have been happy, like, if the Pistons drafted him. I'm happier they drafted Ron personally, but like, I like the way Modest plays as well. I think he's pretty good. But being around that level of confidence would be, once again, harkening back to the former stand-up hangout days. It is wearing on the soul. It's tough to be around. So he's a bench for me, even though I respect him as a player.
I'm gonna mention him up. I've got a couple reasons why I'm down. First of all, any friend of Ron Hollins is a friend of mine. I trust his judgment. He's from Chicago. I went to school in Chicago. I think we could have some sort of common ground. He's 21. We could go to some of my favorite bars in Chicago. And he's Latvian. I got a Latvian friend who's lovely. So I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna embrace the fact that he's a confident NBA player, not hold that against him. I'll make myself small so that he can be the big ego in the room. That's fine. I'm used to that. How do you feel, Nate?
I think there's a lot of good points on both sides, but as I'm gonna go with the chat here with OG saying bench Modest because he's a Bull, and ultimately fuck the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah,
go Pistons.
That might be gospel right there. That might be. I get that.
That's pretty good. Mick, do you have a last one you want to end on here? Did you have or if chat has one as well? Chat, feel free to throw one in. Mickey, you have to hate.
I know. I do hate the Bulls. I do hate the Bulls. I love Chicago. I hate the Bulls. You're right. I feel shitty for this one.
But can I make a quick admission? For the first I'd say 10 years of my life, I was a Chicago Bulls fan because I was born in Chicago, lived in Chicago, moved. Michael Jordan was killing it. Like I was living in Chicago during the Bad Boy era, right? So move here. Then I became a Detroit Pistons fan, like full on, accepted into it, and just like passed off all the Bulls stuff. But I don't know, that Bulls logo is fucking cool. I'm sorry.
I feel so betrayed right now.
I'm sorry.
I know chat. I feel like we just lost 6 subscribers just because of your admin. That's like I mean, 15% of our subscribers.
It really is.
You got to give it to the logo. It is the only one with blood on it. There's blood on the horns.
Great theme song.
Yeah, but still, it's the Bulls.
No, fuck the Bulls.
It's the Bulls. It's the rivals.
Fuck the Bulls. I don't have any more mentor benches, but I do want to hear. We're talking about getting a drink with people. I want to hear, Nate, about your tradition.
Oh,
we glossed over it. Is it too late? Do you have time?
Can we do that after we do one from the chat? Just because the chat did throw in.
Did they throw one?
Let's go.
We got 2.
Okay.
So let's do both these at the same time.
Speed round.
From OG is the first one Giannis, and from DJ Cream Soda, Drew Holiday.
Ooh. Giannis, look, everybody knows that he's this he's this lovable, always laughing, he's making jokes and stuff. But everybody knows someone who is like too into telling you about their conquests, about like their sexual conquests. And Giannis will not shut up about his wife and like being able to go home and have sex with his wife. And
so
if you were hanging out with a guy, especially if he had kids, if he's just like constantly talking about having sex with his wife, you'd be like, this is not a mensch. So I'm going to say bench on Giannis.
This is like one of the first times I've heard this phenomenon articulated, and I think it's so important and so weird. And nobody, like, as an adult, like, nobody wants to hear your sex stories, least of all your sex stories with your wife. Like, it's just weird because you're like, hey, hey, guess what, guys? Like, I'm having sex. It's like, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't need it. And you just want us to picture it, and it's just weird. I agree with you, Nate. It's a bench for me, and I think he's drinking milk at the bar. Like, I think he's that kind of guy. Like, I think it's just like, I'm sure he's got strong bones, but I'm just like, that's not my idea of a good hang. Like, it's not for me.
I'm super with you guys as well. And the other person who I guarantee does not want to hear him talking about sex with his wife all the time is his wife. As a person with a wife, I can guarantee she don't want you talking about that all the time.
Right.
So there is that. The other unmentioned like behavior is like this leading your team on. Will you trade me? Do I want to trade? Do I not want to trade? Break up with your girlfriend if you're going to break up with her, dude. Don't drag her on like this.
Don't string her along. Don't do that.
And also, if I was the Bucks, I wouldn't trade him because I don't think you're going to get value for him. And then Drew Holiday. How do we feel about Drew?
Drew. Oh, sorry, did somebody else want to go first?
I have a reason, and it's like this is just the results reason. The dude he's a championship team maker. And I think you can't be that if you don't have Mensch like quality. I think you have to be a Mensch in order to help influence that forward somewhat.
Yeah, and we're speculating here, but he seems really nice. He just seems like a total Mensch.
I mean, he's one of these guys you've literally never heard a bad thing about.
Like,
right. He would be the most shocking athlete to have like some kind of scandal come out,
controversy.
Yeah, Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
he makes his own horse glue. He could never play with Jokic, right?
No. But I'm a sucker for a two-way guard. Like that's a great player type for me. But great.
I think we're three Mensches on that.
Great suggestion. Great pitches.
Wonderful job. So now as Mickey was luring into.
Sorry.
No,
I got ahead of myself.
I apologize. I'm the one who cut you off.
Hey,
but some people think of the 25th as Christmas. The whole Christmas like schedule and stuff. Not you, Nate.
No, I don't. I have a different holiday that I guess I came up with. I kind of feel like it happened to me. It's called Whiskey Basketball Day. It occurs every year on December 25th when the NBA runs 5 basketball games in a row, and it's become a yearly tradition for me to sit on the floor of my apartment and drink a bottle of whiskey while I watch all 5 basketball games. And
on the floor? I didn't realize you sat on the floor.
Well, yeah. So
I like that's
you
part
don't
of
have
it.
to sit. You don't have to sit on the floor. I'm an orthodox observer of it, but on the first Whiskey Basketball Day. The story behind it is this: that I moved to New York with a woman I was dating, and we didn't have enough money for both of us to go home, and her parents weren't willing to spring for my plane ticket. And it's not really my holiday, so I was just like, it's fine. We just moved here. We had just moved in September, so our apartment wasn't all together yet, and we didn't have a couch. We did have the TV up on a coffee table, and so I didn't have any plans, and I didn't have anywhere to be really, and I was just like alone on this day and kind of confused about the new city I lived in, and what was I going to do. And so I did what I think anyone would do in my situation, is I bought a 5th of whiskey and went home and watched all 5 basketball games, and just drank it throughout the day. The games start at noon Eastern Standard Time. You can start your day with some whiskey and the coffee. But because we didn't have a couch, we didn't have we had some bedrolls and stuff, and it was not really good for lounging all day. So I just sat on the floor and watched it. And so to remember that first Whiskey Basketball Day, I try to recreate parts of it.
That's a beautiful tradition. I have so many questions about is vomit part of the tradition? What is it like by the time those later games roll around? But it sounds like you make it fun. Like you said, you got whiskey coffee in the morning. You can roll it.
It started out kind of sad, but in the subsequent years, people have wanted to come be a part of this. I think for part of it, at first it was just morbid curiosity, just what is happening here in this apartment. And the second and third year, people started finally coming over, and then there have been times where there was I had to be on the floor because there were too many people, and it's not like I have a crazy big apartment. I live in New York, but I mean there was no room. Vomit is not necessarily a part of it. I think it has been.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, it is it is 12 hours of basketball.
Right.
It's the games go until to the next day sometimes. So
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
You can spread that out. And you're not chugging. It's not about, it's not about binge drinking. It's about enjoying some whiskey.
Yeah. The players are taking
however you want it,
Yeah, I love that you've subverted it and made it a celebration, and I love that other people are getting in on it. We invite you, the chat, at your own discretion and safety to participate.
Yes. Some people don't do whiskey, and that's fine. You know, I have these like strict rules that through which I observe the holiday, but that's not a must. You know, it's about making do with what you have. You know,
do you have any specific whiskey basketball day stories, like any highlight moments from over the years?
Man, it's funny because it just gets it does get blurry later.
Yeah.
Last year was probably my worst showing. I think I blacked out at some point, and my wife had to deal with the people who were in the living room. And I don't really remember what happened after that. So I'm trying. I really have, I have some wrongs to right this year. In terms of whiskey
bounce back, it's a bounce back year.
It's a bounce back year, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a rebuilding off season. We've just had. It's just been like just to watch how it developed. Honestly, is like the biggest like stories or things that happen. To go from like to go from me alone, like with stumbling to the deli to get a sandwich and then coming back to finish the whiskey, to now where it's like we're making plans. Are we ordering food? Are we making food? It's become, and it's really nice there are people in New York who don't have a place to go on Christmas, either they're Jewish or they just can't make it home to wherever they're from. There's all kinds of transplants here. It's lovely to have a place that I can be like, hey, come over here. I'm going to be drinking on my floor. You're welcome to do whatever you want here, and it's about togetherness.
I think that's sweet.
I love it. Obviously the Pistons haven't played on Christmas, Whiskey Basketball Day, in a minute. I think
it's been a long time. I think the last time was against the Pacers. If I'm not, I distinctly remember us playing on Whiskey Basketball Day, but the holiday did not exist yet,
right?
So it wasn't officially on Whiskey Basketball Day.
So when they do, maybe next year, honestly, if they're playing this good. Also, real quick, ampersand 2001. All praise be to Hooper. Praise horse.
All praise horse.
Be. When the Pistons play on Whiskey Basketball Day, will you do anything special to spark said occasion?
So I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like we're right there with the way that the way Cade's profile has elevated, and getting your own Nike shoe doesn't hurt if you are trying to get on television on one of the big days. So I am anticipating next year will be the first year the Pistons are playing on Whiskey Basketball Day, and in that event I might have to like rent a hall or something, like
like keg of Vernors.
So, oh man, I mean we could really do it up. That's a great whiskey mixer, and that would be I would import the Vernors for that. I would bring it in.
Do it up.
But people are going to want to be around if the Pistons are on Whiskey Basketball Day.
That
there
would
are
be
people
special.
I know there's a good amount of Pistons fans out in New York as well. Chris Daniels is out there. We still had to get him on the show, so should be pretty good.
Chris Daniels has he has never come by, but another great Pistons fan, Joel Wachowski, has been to a number of Whiskey Basketball Days.
Sick. So if you're in the New York area and you're lonely, stumble around and look for the apartment making noise on Christmas.
We're gonna put his address in the description.
Yeah, just throw my address in the chat. Throw the link to the Google map in the chat.
I'm always doxing Harry. That's
I do get doxed a lot on here, but it's okay. When we're out in Ypsilanti, people are gonna come out and figure it out anyway. I ain't too worried about it. But what I should have said is, if you're feeling lonely on Whiskey Basketball Day and you don't know what to do, celebrate in your own way. Celebrate like that. Get your bottle of whiskey. Watch all the stuff. If you don't drink,
responsibly.
Yeah, responsibly.
Right. Everything responsibly. Watch basketball. responsibly. So we got about an hour and a half before game time out here. Nate, it's been so great having you on the show, man. Thank you so much for
Thanks so much for having me, man. This has been a blast.
Thanks, dude.
So fun.
It's just great talking to you. It's always good seeing you and hanging out when possible. So give us some stuff to promote, dude. What you got going on?
The biggest thing I post the shows that I have going on. I'm like a little bit of a lull over the holidays. I don't have anything over the next couple weeks, but if you follow me on that's my handle on the screen there at Fridskins, FRIDSKINS. I post all my shows on Insta, and that's a great way to find me.
Killer. Get on that Insta at Fridskins. Hilarious story behind that name, by the way. Can you tell the people how you ended up with Fridskins?
It was given to me. It was given to me by the great YDB, the oldest son of ODB, rest his soul, of blessed memory. I was filming a promotion for my album that came out a number of years ago, and we were at the mural that's the cover of ODB's album, Return to the 36 Chambers, the dirty version. And YDB happened to be there filming a music video. And so we asked him if he would be in our promo. And then we were also like briefly in the music video, I think, but just kind of standing around. If you're going to get the Brooklyn experience, you wanted a couple white guys. He did like a short, just a short, spoken thing. And he goes, "I'm here with my man, Nate Fridskins." And what am I going to do? Correct YDB?
You change yourself to be what he said.
You mold yourself.
Yes.
I mean, I was given a new dimension to my personality, is how I view it.
Pretty amazing origin story, actually.
Pretty sick indeed. Absolutely dubbed and absolutely deserved. And once again, thank you so much for joining the show. Go check Nate out. Super fucking funny. Wonderful comedian to watch it and to follow. Have yourself a happy whiskey basketball day. And we're going to end the show the way we always do, which is by saying the acronym OBH aloud, because that's how a horse would say it anyway. So
it really is.
To everybody out there, thank you so much for joining. I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.